Ciao and benvenuti. Today I will be making a rigatoni pasta bake with tender stem broccoli and with plum tomatoes and capers and onion and garlic and cheese. Absolutely delicious. I've made a start by cleaning the tender stem broccoli, and I've kept some of the smaller pieces as one, but some of the larger pieces I've chopped them in half, and here's the stem and here is the top. You can also use normal broccoli, by the way, but if you were to do so, make sure that the florets are cut nice and small, or if you feel courageous, of course, you can also use Brussels sprouts. They're a little bit more bitter, but also very delicious. I've added some olive oil in a saucepan. I've also sliced a clove of garlic, and it's beginning to sizzle, and that's when I start adding my broccoli, including the little stems. I'll give them a quick stir, I'll place the lid on, and I'll leave them to cook gently on a medium heat for about 5 minutes. Red onion, or white if you prefer, and I've chopped it into medium slices. Chili pepper, this is mild, so I'll be keeping the seeds also. These are pitted green and black olives, which I keep in olive oil with some dried tomatoes and also bay leaves. I'm trying to dish the olives really, but I don't mind getting the odd bit of sun-dried tomato in there as well. That's okay, that's a good handful. And I'll chop all of the sun-dried tomatoes first, and I just finished slicing the olives in little circles. You can use any olives you like, as long as they're pitted, because they're going to go in with the pasta. I'm cooking for Julie and I today, and I'm adding 300 grams of plum tomatoes, which I'm now halving. You can add more, you can add less, and that applies to all of the ingredients. It depends from your own taste, but I will list all of the ingredients in the description as always. And let's get back to the broccoli now. And I'll start by adding my onions and olives and sun-dried tomatoes first, followed by a very generous teaspoon of capers, which I've just rinsed under water. I'll mix everything together and I'll leave them to sizzle for a few minutes before I add the tomatoes. As my olives and sun-dried tomatoes were kept in olive oil, they've carried a little bit more oil, which is perfect. If you were to use dry sun-dried tomatoes or indeed olives which are not in olive oil, you might want to add a little bit more olive oil at this point. That will help the onions cook. Literally 3 to 4 minutes, enough for the onions to soften up, and I can add the tomatoes now. And I'll mix everything together once again. Little salt goes in next, and some pepper. I place the lid on, temperature still medium, and I'll leave them to gently cook for about 7 to 8 minutes. Water is boiling, some salt, followed by my rigatoni. The pasta will only cook for 5 minutes, not longer, as it will finish cooking in the oven. If you were to cook it all the way, it will become very soft and very unpleasant to eat later. And my 5 minutes are up, and my pasta is nowhere near cooked, which is where I want it to be, but before I drain it, I will go and pinch some of the starchy water, and I'm going to be adding it to my broccoli here. I'm going to use a couple of full ladles. The pasta has released starches, giving me a lovely and creamy finish, but also I will need some liquid to help the pasta finish cooking when it goes in the oven. And I can now add my pasta, and I will mix everything together for about 30 seconds. If you were to add less water than this and cook the pasta further until it's al dente, by the time you've mixed it together, you can just eat it, maybe a little cheese at the end, and it will be just as delicious, but I'm doing it in the oven, of course. And here it is. If you look, it's nice and liquidy, but that is intentional, of course. Before I go ahead and pour it in, I'm going to remove some of the better looking florets, maybe 4 or 5, and I'll pour half at the bottom first. This is extra mature cheddar, which I think is one of the best cheese you can add when you do a pasta bake, and I'm just adding a few slices in the middle to cover the entire surface like this. Followed by a sprinkle of Italian cheeses. This is grated pecorino, but you can also use Parmesan cheese, or you don't have to use any, just stick to cheddar if you like. Followed by the rest of the pasta and all of my sauce and liquid and so on. I'll go along and spread it nice and evenly first, followed by a further layer of my trusted mature cheddar. But as this is the top and it will melt, I'm going to add a little bit more than what I did add in the middle. A little bit more of my Italian cheese all over. And this is purely cosmetic, the signature of the dish being that we got the broccoli, so in it go on the top. Aluminium foil, and it's ready to go in the oven. Temperature 180 degrees, fan oven, 200 if you've got a normal conventional oven. And I'll put it in for 30 minutes, but the first 15 with the tin foil, the last 15 without the tin foil. So I'll see you in about 35 minutes. And there we are, ready, and still bubbling, so very hot. I'll leave it for about 5, maybe 10 minutes to rest, and then we can slice a portion and see what it looks like. See you then. I've left it to rest for nearly 10 minutes. See, it's quite safe to touch. I'm now going around with my knife, as I often do with these dishes, and then it's time to eat. The longer you leave it to rest, the easier it's going to be to slice it, but also to do some decent square portions. However, the only way I'm going to do a half decent job with this today is by using a couple of spatulas underneath. There. And I've got some beautiful sauce underneath, which I'm going to scoop out and add to the top. All I've got to do now is to test some. I wasn't too sure if I should go for a spoon or a fork, so I decided to go for knife and fork. By the way, I've recently started adding PDF files of my recipes. So should you wish to print it or indeed save it in your computer, there will be a copy of the recipe in the first comment, but also in the description. That is following the feedback from Julie's aunt, who could not print it, and actually that gave me an idea. So hopefully it's something that you'll find useful. But let's try the pasta. It's divine. I'm not just saying it. The little pepper, the chili pepper, it's lovely. And the capers. The sun-dried tomatoes, actually, they also have got a good presence. It's absolutely delicious, honestly. I'm not just saying it. If you make it without going in the oven, it's delicious. But like this, with the cheese and everything else, it's just something else. Try and see how you get on. Arrivederci, thank you for watching. Arrivederci, grazie, ciao.